I feel like everyone strives to be different. Everyone wants to be like quirky, weird, unique. And like I guess that's where I've been for a while. I don't want to be normal. I always want to be different, but it's always like the good parts of it. Everyone tries to be like that. But you never want the bad parts of what's different. You never strive to be like a drug addict or suicidal or something. I feel like all the where I want to be, I haven't fully reached it yet, even when I keep thinking I have. But where I should really try to avoid to be, I either am or have been. I say I don't talk about my problems a lot, even though I make these videos all the time of like a lot of my problems that I have. But that's just because I don't know where to talk about this stuff. I don't know who to talk to about all this stuff. This is too much stuff. If it overwhelms me, imagine someone else who has to keep these thoughts in their head about someone else. I just don't know who to talk to about this stuff. That's the only reason I go here. But like, I'm scared my friends are gonna find this channel someday. Because like usually it's like people go from this channel to my other channel, the secondary one, which is like less personal and more portfolio. There's been a few cases people have gone from that one over to here somehow. I'm scared that's gonna happen with my friends because they all know about that channel. None of them know about this one yet. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to make this video with like a good amount of time or not. Most of these problems I write down beforehand. I write down a lot of this stuff where like no one's even gonna see it. So I at least have this somewhere in my mind, and I can probably say this quickly. We're already 2.5 minutes in. Like, I feel like I always want to help people close to me. Not just in general. I want to be someone I'm close to and then find out what's really going on with them and help them with that. I always want that. But I'm starting to think it might be for the wrong reason. I want to help people with like things similar to what I've gone through. Like if someone's like gender questioning or something, or like they've somehow also stumbled on like substance or like self-harm. Depression would be hard to talk about. I don't know how to deal with that. Mine just kind of, I don't know how to explain mine. It just was. So I don't know how to talk about that. But like, why do I want to help people? I feel like it's probably a distraction from myself. Because like, I could definitely talk to them about my own experiences and what I would have done, what they could do. But like, I don't know. Because like, it's not like I've finished a lot of the stuff I've gone through. It's not like I fully have it figured out. Like, when I first kept like questioning my gender, really hating it, I had no one to support me. All throughout middle school, like, the types of friends I had were not like me. They were just the types of people I kind of just ended up becoming in middle school for the most part, which really doesn't seem like me. So I feel like that's probably why I didn't get a lot of them, and my friends now are very different. It's like, I didn't have anyone to really get support off of. Because, like, none of my friends through middle school were, like, trans or gay. They were all, like, cis and straight. A good amount of bi people there as well. That was it. There wasn't much to go off of, and it was hard to contact them a lot. They would just every once in a while respond to anything you messaged them, and I could never, like, hang out with them. They were always at home and that's just where they preferred to stay. I had no one to look back to, like, lean on during those times, so I kind of had to ignore all of those feelings until, like, this year. I got people going through the same thing. I looked back on it, discovered I'm pan, discovered I'm, like, NB. I don't know what kind fully. Could just be normal, non-binary. Could be agender. I still don't know. Because, like, the problem with that isn't just that I don't want gender. It's that I don't want to be seen as a gender, but it's mostly that I don't want to be a guy. So I wouldn't say it's fully agender. I don't know. Whatever. And it feels weird how it's like it just happened so suddenly without telling people. Like, no one knew what the experience was. It just kind of sprung up again. So it's like it happened out of nowhere and it doesn't feel real. People call me by my preferred name, and it feels nice when they start to get used to it. But it feels weird, like it's unearned. I feel like it just seems so out of nowhere for the people that knew my name before, and for the people I didn't know well before who ended up becoming more used to my preferred name than my original one. I feel like it's more deception to them now. And I don't really have any sort of comments on, like, my meds when I got, like, addicted to those. I don't really got any comment on that. I talked it through with someone. I stopped taking them. I got succeeded. All while no one else at all knew about it. I don't think anyone else even knew I was taking pills of any kind. It's like, I keep talking about them, though. I keep talking about them to myself and looking back on them, but I don't want to think about them. I don't want to think about how I went through that and that sort of past I had. But I mean, like, I got through it, I guess. I don't take them anymore. I don't even think about using them anymore. They're just there and I forget that they're there. That's all it is. But they did sort of strengthen the idea of, like, wanting to, like, self-harm. And I've done some thinking on that, and I've realized what it is. I've realized that, like, before I had an X-Acto knife, which is incredibly sharp and good at cutting skin. I forgot I would bite myself a lot until it would, like, leave genuine bite marks on me. I, like, cut up a lot, not that much. It would never go fully through. It was just, like, the first few layers of skin it would tear through very much. I would do that a lot, and I'm realizing it was all out of frustration. That's what it was. I wanted to destroy something. I knew I'd get in trouble if I hurt someone or something. So I just did it to myself because that's easier to do. An X-Acto knife came around, and it was way worse. I would get scared when I would bite myself because bite marks are pretty easy to distinguish. You see that, you're not going to think it's anything other than a bite mark. And the cuts happen. Suddenly, it's like I make these cuts as, like, a reminder of something, or, like, a message, but at the same time, I don't want anyone seeing them. And yet I keep almost intentionally making them incredibly noticeable. Like, they seem deliberate. Like, on my arm, I drew 2 X's. And then I just kept, like, hiding it. And then when I was nervous, scratching it. Yeah, my friend noticed that. Told me days ago. He knew what that was. And I just hate, like, if I think up, it's like, I have new methods for self-harm now, but it's too soon to know if they work or not, because, like, the other ones never worked before. In fact, I have more on me right now. I don't know if you can see that well. I got mad, bit myself when I was planning on cutting, and so I just kind of cut around the marks. I pretty much cut in a way that looks like bite marks. I don't know if you can see it well. It's really hard to see. Yeah, they're there though. And if you look at them now, they're gonna look like cuts. And it's on my hands now. It's harder to hide. I don't know why I keep doing this. I don't want people to see them. And I feel like for all of this stuff, it's the fact that I don't want people to know that I do this stuff. Because like I don't like normalcy. I hate that kind of stuff. I want to seem imperfect. I want to seem human, but I don't want the bad parts of it. Like I make mistakes. I'm human. It's cool, guys. You just like relate to me. I'm cool, right? But don't look at the like I'm imperfect. I'm only human. I'm going to be pushed over the edge and cut myself. I don't want people to look at that. I want to help people the same way some people helped me and the ways I wasn't able to get help before. The people that helped me, I want to be like them. I want to seem like I have it together, even though I don't. I want it to seem like the things that make me weird are a choice. I want to seem like I choose that and that I have that all together, without people seeing the bad imperfections. Because I don't want people to be too worried and like either drift away, or like they're just fully worried for me. I don't want that. And like, so that's why I don't tell everyone that's like, no matter how close they are to me, I don't tell them about this stuff. Only one of them. No, that's not true. It's like, I told one person, I had like a serious talk about, because like my best friend, I told them about how I was going to go on meds. They might be having some side effects. Told them about that, normal stuff, fun stuff. I took them the very week later, way after that. It was like horrible. The depression, addiction. They were scared I'd overdose eventually. I was scared about it too. I say that every time. Told them about that and about like the self-harm stuff. They know about the whole thing. They know about all the panic attacks I had prior to that, which did not help anything. All the stress that was building up, my home life and trauma. A lot of my friends know about my home life. But I try not to tell people about this stuff. Just that one person can know about this stuff. And I feel like that person might actually drift soon. And that really, really worries me. But like, I don't want people knowing too much about this other stuff at all. But I keep blurting this stuff out because, again, I want to seem like I have things together. Meaning, I want people to acknowledge me and how I am. So I keep blurting these things out. And I think I just enjoy telling people these stories about myself. But they're not stories I want to have out. I accidentally told one of my like, there was one person I became friends with just because like he was a new kid to school. He seemed cool, and then he wanted to do theater. So I thought, oh yeah, I can definitely become friends with him. Yeah, he was in my English class. That's how I first saw him. So we became friends. I'm talking to him a lot about like me stuff and like theater stuff. And then randomly I keep blurting out, and I feel like this is the wrong person to accidentally blurt the stuff out about the drug using, the home life. So he knows a lot about it too. I keep blurting this stuff out just because I think I like telling the stories, but these aren't things I want people to know. So now he knows so much about it, and I think he's genuinely worried now. But like, I don't want too many of like the wrong people to tell these things to tell to them the wrong things and make them like drift or worry too much. I make sure after I blurt things out not to deliberately talk about these things more when I have them in my mind, especially to the people I haven't told this stuff to. The people I have told them to, they know too much already. What is there to hide anymore? I'll try, but it's pointless now. I keep accidentally it's like one of my friends, I kept like blurting, I would just make jokes about my home life, and so I ended up blurting out actual home life and drama stuff. And one time I remember I kept talking to them about how I wish I could like run away at some point in the future when I get like a good chance and I actually feel like I really need to. I would do it. Got them incredibly worried, especially since this person is 2 years older than me. They're older. They're worrying about this person, very young person, and what they're going through. Like, oh, that's not a good thing to hear about them. But like, I want to be acknowledged for who I think inherently, like, I try not to be like this, like some sort of virtue thing, but inherently, I want attention. And I think that's where my imposter syndrome comes from, where I always feel like I just want attention. That's why bad things happen. Especially since my brain is wired to be used to pain and just being fine with it because of how much it happens. So it's just like, I want this stuff to happen because it'd be fun, it'd make things different, you'd be interesting. And that makes me realize none of these problems are even that bad, probably, and it's just attention. You're just trying to seem different. And so, like, I just want attention. I want people to acknowledge me. But I don't. But like, if they were to truly acknowledge me and my experiences for who I am, there'd be so much bad stuff for them to have to acknowledge that I don't want them to. I want them to somehow acknowledge how different I am, but not acknowledge the bad parts that come with that. Not the actual imperfections, just the other, like, imperfections that are not as worrying. I'm thinking about it now. I'm not even different. I'm just me. Everyone is something. The way I am is not. Is of course like. What is different? It either has to be something that doesn't have a category, or like if you're in a category, you're not different anymore because there's probably an equal amount of people that are like Hydro Flask obsessed, white suburban, as there is like those theater and artsy kids and like all of those types of people, punk people, alt people, grunge people, all of those, they're not different. Because they're that common that they have all of those different communities and categories. They're not different, and I fit under some of those. I'm not different. I'm just where I want to be. And it's the actual stuff that makes me different that's worrying. And those are the things I don't want to be acknowledged for. And I keep feeling like I'm very insignificant for worrying about all these problems. And I keep thinking like I need to resolve some of these things before worrying about other things related to these or not. Like like I know what's worse. I don't think I talked about this before. My best friend, who I've talked like a lot of stuff to, realized I think I fell for them. You know, fallen for them. That's the better wording. And I hate talking about it. Realizing to a best friend that's horrible to do, and like realizing all of this personal stuff I've told this person, it's a horrible person to talk to this stuff about, because if I tell them how I really feel in the future, I might lose an actual outlet for who I can talk to about this stuff, and it'll just become so awkward. And what's worse, I feel like that might be how it would go. Because like I'm realizing I haven't seen this person since school ended, and now we have a performance soon in our band. So rehearsals are happening, and I keep seeing him, and he's becoming very distant. I'm realizing it's like I'm not even like a close friend or a bandmate. It's more like I'm a session player, and I'm realizing it's so distant. I could not make any sort of like change to how he views me. Things are just gonna get worse, and I can never tell him how I feel. I can never do that. I wonder if my best friend knows I consider him my best friend. It's a really good question. I feel like there's an incredibly small amount of people who would have that assumption. I think like maybe 3. He's one of them. They're all he's. So if any of the 3 watch this, it's gonna, as I say this, it's gonna get them really worried. But like, whatever. Yeah, probably 3. I don't know. Could be 4. I don't know. That 4th one's probably not gonna see this channel. Whatever. I have problems. That's the whole thing. This is 20 minutes instead of like almost an hour or like 30 minutes. I'd say that's a bit better than usual. I will end it here.